Namaskar. My name is Varun Singh, and today on Saving Mumbai, we have someone who is a known face when it comes to urban development, housing, redevelopment, and also encouraging hundreds and thousands of people on how they can have their own home constructed, rebuilt, and their dream can be fulfilled. With me is Chandrashekhar Prabhu ji, a veteran in the housing and the urban development sector. Sir, firstly tell me, what do you think about Mumbai when you see Mumbai in today's scenario?
See, when you think about saving Mumbai, you got to understand Mumbai in perspective. Number one, what is Mumbai? People want to keep on expanding Mumbai on and on. Mumbai was initially only the southern tip of Mumbai. Then it was, Worli was added and the Mahalakshmi portion came into it. Then Dadar was added, Mahim was added, and the 7 islands formed the Mumbai. So the Mumbai was the island city.
Yes.
That is from Kulaba on one end to Mahim on the other, from Fort on one end to Sion on the other. That was Mumbai. Period. Very few people know that Bandra and Kurla were municipalities even before Mumbai was born.
Oh.
The municipal corporation of Bandra is 7 years older than the municipal corporation of Mumbai. The municipal corporation of Kurla is 7 years older than the municipal corporation of Bandra. So the first municipality in this region was Kurla, then came Bandra. They were separate cities with their own municipal corporation. Mumbai was southern part of Mumbai. There was Worli, there was Malbaril, there was Sion, there was Kulaba. They were islands. They were all reclaimed and collected together into what became a Mumbai. So Mumbai kept on being expanded. Then there was a big debate whether Bandra should form a part of Mumbai or not.
Okay.
Kurla municipality resolved that it should merge itself with Mumbai, but Bandra said, no, we are a separate city. We can't merge ourselves with Mumbai. This is record, but people just forget. And Bandra was forcibly annexed to Mumbai.
Oh.
I mean, these are interesting
But
things.
why did they object? Any specific
Because
reason?
they said we have enough amenities. We don't have to get into all the rut. We have our small little houses. We have East Indian community. We have a beautiful waterfront. We have our churches. We have our temples. We are at peace with the... we don't want to get involved. We have our own amenities. And with going to Mumbai, all the bad things of Mumbai will come. So, and we don't want to call ourselves Mumbai, for instance. We want to call ourselves Bandra because I have been there prior to Mumbai.
Okay.
Then came the Andheri division, which was added, and then the airport was conceived in Andheri, Juhu areas and all that, and that was annexed. So, whenever Mumbai was a magical name, so in order to get more money out of real estate, you take in either two low-lying areas which have no value and call it Mumbai and sell it as Mumbai to people who don't know Mumbai and get into a conning game.
Okay.
So even then Mumbai was still Andheri. Then whether to take Malad or whether to take Bhandup in Mumbai became a controversy. And they demanded that we should be included. It's all a game of real estate wherein, if I'm part of Mumbai, then my prices will increase. So it is an expansion of the name of Mumbai which sells. And then, of course, after the 70s came the builders and then the builders wanted to encash the name. So, name the place and they wanted to call it Mumbai. Now, Thane is Thane. Thane is not Mumbai. Mira Bhayandar is Mira Bhayandar. It's not Mumbai. Vasai Virar is Vasai Virar. It's not Mumbai. Navi Mumbai is Navi Mumbai. It's not Mumbai. But how do you get all the people all over the country who have made ill-gotten wealth want to buy some property? They can't afford to buy it in Mumbai proper. So then how do you get all these areas which are absolutely down market? So call it Mumbai Metropolitan Region.
I know, we are headed there.
So it keeps on expanding, and time will not. Now they have built a bridge across Trans Harbour, and now they wanted to create a first Mumbai here, second Mumbai is Navi Mumbai, now they want a third Mumbai, extend it to Alibag. You won't be surprised that now someone is saying extend it up to Dighi, which is 120 kilometers away, and extend it this side up to Igatpuri and then to Nasik and Pune. So the builders just want the brand name Mumbai to sell it as Mumbai. I went to UP and met a few people and they said, "Hamara Mumbai mein ghar hai?" I said, "Kahan hai aapka?" So they said some Thakurli or something. I said, Thakurli is not Mumbai. वो है ना हमारे इसमें हम मुंबई मेट्रोपॉलिटन रीजनल लिखा है तो वो मुंबई हो गया. So people who have never visited Mumbai earn a bit of money and want to buy premises in Mumbai. Check out the Navi Mumbai buildings in the night. You will see no lights there because no one stays. I mean, someone who has money, all the politicians from all over the country who make ill-gotten wealth want a presence in Mumbai, so they buy some flat at some stage that will get them more money, and they want the tagline of Mumbai, and so the Mumbai expansion concept is there. So extending the name of Mumbai is wrong. I mean, like the Ratnagiri people don't want Hapus from the other areas to be called Hapus because it's a domain geotag. Champagne County people don't want other grapes from France to be, where wine is made, to be called champagne. So why should Mumbai lend itself a tag and keep on expanding and bring Pune into Mumbai and bring Nasik into Mumbai and bring all the thing? I mean, Dombivli into Mumbai. I can understand that by having an overall idea of Mumbai, of a metropolitan region, you are trying to give them more amenities. That is understandable. That is good. But why name them Mumbai? Why can't you have so much fight about naming the airport, so much fight about naming the thing? So name something else. These days, Sri Ram is in fashion, so name it Sri Ram Metropolitan Region or something. Why extend the name of Mumbai? So this is a conning game played by the builders to encash money in the name of a brand which is Mumbai. So one needs to understand this. This is one part of the thing which unless you understand, you don't understand the demand and supply situation. Because the demand for housing in Mumbai is so much and the supply is so little, we'll come to that. So you are creating more and more demand because supply is coming from areas out of Mumbai, but then call them Mumbai. Like some idiot of a builder took some land in some, some vague salt pan in the middle of nowhere and called it Kaf Parade.
New Kaf Parade.
Called it New Kaf Parade. The guy needs to be sued and sent to jail because he's cheating the people.
So why wasn't he sued?
Because he belongs to the ruling party.
Now ruling party, but NCP when happened, that new cup parade happened, then the government was
He bribes
someone else.
everyone.
So you mean
So
to say
everyone takes money from the builder and cons the people. Builders are everywhere. He got the same person got all the mill lands. So who got the mill lands? Who bought Koinur mills? Manohar Joshi. Who bought all the mill lands?
Yeah, all the builders.
All the builders. No, politically connected builders. So the demand is so much that Mumbai can't cater to the demand. So you take down market areas at dirt cheap prices and give it a tag name and cheat the people into buying there. People who are, you'd be surprised that politicians from UP, politicians at Bihar tell me that they have flats in Kaf Parade, which is not Kaf Parade at all, which is in the middle of nowhere where the ambient quality of air is so bad because RCF is belching away and all the refineries are belching carbon monoxide. But by calling that Kaf Parade, no citizen decided to put a public interest litigation and stop it. You know, if Ramdev can sell his medicines, he gets sued and he has to apologize. But
Builders never.
Tomorrow someone will say New Kolaba. Tomorrow someone will say New Malabar Hill.
But that has been happening where we are sitting, Lower Parel. It used to be called as, they used to call it as Upper Worli. अभी भी बोलते हैं बहुत सारी जगह.
So it's a conning game. It's cheating all the time. So this naming and use of the name of Mumbai should be curtailed. It cannot be used by everybody. Tomorrow Pune will be Upper Mumbai. And Nasik will be Northern Mumbai. And Alibag will be Lower Mumbai. Or whatever. So you can't extrapolate the name of Mumbai for your personal gain. Why Mumbai? You can't extrapolate the name of expensive areas to cheat people into believing that these are, to show the tag that I stay so and so. Because 90% of the people don't know. So where do you stay? Kaf Parade. He never comes to Kaf Parade to check out whether you stay in that Kaf Parade or this Kaf Parade.
Absolutely. That,
so to look at that in perspective, one needs to understand how the process of strangulation of Mumbai over a period of years happened. The government comes up with excellent policies, but acts exactly against the policy. The policy on paper looks good, but the action is exactly the reverse of that. So let's start from the beginning. In the 70s, Charles Correa and others formed a committee and said that Mumbai is growing only linear because it's a triangle with the southern tip as the tip of the isosceles triangle and the western suburbs on one end and the eastern suburbs on the other. So it's a triangle. Mulund on one side, Dahisar on the other and Kolaba on the other. It's a triangle. And it can only grow in one direction. So instead of it growing in one direction, it should grow laterally. Now, this growth is also restricted because if you take a compass and draw a circle, then the segment of Mumbai is just 15 to 20%, 20 degrees. Out of the 360 degrees, we can grow 20 degrees. So, our growth is restricted to 1/10 or 1/20th of what other cities grows. So please don't compare in Mumbai with other cities. Like, there is a fashion. When you come on shows, compare Mumbai with London, with Paris. because they can grow in 360 degrees. Show me a city where the growth is possible only in 20 degrees and then compare that with Mumbai. So let's, in all talk shows, it's a fashion to show people that I've been to Paris and give all kinds of false statistics about Paris to show how knowledgeable you are.
I haven't been to Paris or London, so I wouldn't compare.
Yeah.
But obviously,
I have taught in Paris. I've stayed there for over a year. I know Paris very well, and the comparison was totally not required at all and misplaced.
agreed.
Because I saw some earlier shows, I'm setting the record right. So they said it should grow laterally, and they said so Mumbai should grow in towards Navi Mumbai, and all growth within Mumbai, which is the island city of Mumbai, especially commercial growth, should stop. That was the decision. Very good decision. Immediately thereafter came the reclamation, massive reclamation of Nariman Point. So you said that because the north-south direction people come in the morning to the to southern Bombay and work and go back in the evening, the trains are chock-a-block crowded, and after you drop the people, the train go empty. So instead of that, let us have a lateral expansion. So stop further congesting of southern Mumbai. At the same breath, you permitted reclamation and created Nariman Point Cuff Parade. Now, funnily enough, you name Nariman Point as Nariman Point. Who was Nariman? Nariman was the president of the Congress party in the pre-independence days and who was a close associate of Mahatma Gandhi. And what was Nariman known for? Nariman agitated, he was a lawyer, he agitated against reclamation by the British and went to all courts, including the court in London, and stopped reclamation. So the point till which the reclamation came, when a stay came from the Queen, was called Nariman Point, to remember that he had stopped British it there. He had stopped the British from reclaiming it further. Now look, you reclaim the whole damn thing and name it after Nariman, the reclaimed area. I mean, person who stood all his life fighting reclamation, saying that Mumbai doesn't need this, you add insult to injury and reclaim it from the point where he had stopped it onwards further and then name it after him. I mean, can we be more considerate to our freedom fighters? Anyway, there are people who were on the British side during the freedom struggle. What do they know what freedom fighters are and what Nariman is, and what respect would they have for Nariman? So they called it Nariman Point. I mean, so policy was lateral expansion. What happened was Nariman Point. Then they realized Supreme Court had to intervene. Activists went to court. Then Nariman Point, as it stood, reclamation was stopped by the Supreme Court. Then they realized that it was a mistake. Then it was said that, okay, now we have committed a mistake, but Nariman Point is there, so that's fine. Such a badly planned Nariman Point without any place for food for the people who come, without proper parking, without anything, just created multi-storied buildings and destroyed southern part of Mumbai. Then they decided, henceforward, no more commercialization of the island city. Extremely good policy decision. At the same breath, they gave permission to Shivsagar estate in Worli totally commercial, all 21 buildings or 10 buildings or whatever. And then again that TV tower and all
Doordarshan
the
Century.
Doordarshan and other and industrial estate around it, they permitted commercialization. Means policy says no more commercial, ban on commercialization. But why is so action against? Then they realized that that was a mistake. Then they said, now we will decongest Mumbai. Excellent decision to decongest Mumbai. How do you decongest? Take all commercial activity out of Mumbai. How do you take it out of Mumbai? Mumbai limit ends in Sion and Mahim. So beyond that is Bandra. So take Bandra and Kurla, which connects both the eastern and western suburbs, and make that your central business district. So those who want to come to work don't have to come all the way to Churchgate and VT. They can stop halfway down, and people from Island City can go that way, and the railways will be better utilized.
This gave birth to?
Excellent decision of BKC.
Bandra Kurla complex.
They were not. That was not, as if that was not enough. They said no, not just that. We will take jobs further to the western suburbs and eastern suburbs. So Oshiwara became the central point in the western suburb, and Bhandup became the central point in the eastern suburb, where another type of BKC will come in these two places. So people in Mulund, Vikhroli will all go to Bhandup. People in Borivali and that side will go to Oshiwara. So they don't even have to come to Bandra. So the traffic on the railway would be divided into 3 or 4 parts. Those who are commuting only up to Oshiwara, those who are commuting only up to Bandra, and then those who are commuting only up to Worli, and then those who are commuting till Churchgate. So then that is supposed to have. Now what did you do after that? You said ban on commercialization. And what you did? You said, you didn't say ban, you said bang. And you brought 900 acres of textile mills into commercialization. So you take a decision which is in the right direction when the court prods you to, and tell the court everything is hunky-dory, and do exactly the opposite. Now, why does this happen? You may like to ask. Because if they would not have taken the banning decision, then the slush money would not be there. So when you ban a decision that there is not going to be any further reclamation and everyone will go to Navi Mumbai, then there is premium in reclaiming lands and giving it to your chosen builders.
Okay.
If you would not have banned it, then there would have been no takers. You understand?
Agreed.
So when you say no commercialization in Island City, then there is premium on Shivsagar estate. Because only that is the commercial hub coming. Or kahin nahi milta hai, so yehi lena hai. So then you pay premium. So you create a situation where you create a scarcity and then create artificial demand and cater to that demand and make ill-gotten wealth. So every time you do a policy, you devise a way to destroy the policy and make money.
Oh. So, but you know,
so every time the policy is made, the builders are at work to damage the policy and make ill-gotten wealth. So policy is used not for the benefit of the people, but to make wealth to certain people who then keep the political machinery well oiled. That is the, initially when we opposed the mill land commercialization, they said this is an opportunity, 900 acres of mill lands. 300 acres will go for garden, playground to the city. 300 acres will go to Mada and the poor will get houses and the poor mill owners will only get 300 acres. That was phase 1.
Yes.
Then they said, yes, we are giving only 300 acres to the mill owners, but poor thing, their 2/3 land is going. That is why we are giving the entire FSI of 900 acres on this 300 acres. That was phase 2. How the city gets strangulated. I'm just building my argument towards that. Then they say 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 was not of the full land. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 was of the open land. Open land means where the mills are, that first minus all the construction of the mills and whatever is left is the open land, then 1/3. So initially they promised 300 acres for garden. This came down to 41 acres.
Yes.
Initially they promised 300 acres for middle class housing. That came down to 32 acres. Even now it is 15 acres. So you promise something and you do exactly the reverse. Every time. So this city is being bullied by the builders and the builders are destroying the cities. The politicians need the money and the politicians who come from different parts of Maharashtra have no love whatsoever for this city. Everything in Mumbai is looked not from the point of view of how it benefits the people, but how I can make money out of saying that it benefits the people. So I create all bogus and false records and things in it. I'll give you a small example. When Bandra-Worli Sea Link was built, you had to justify it that a sea link is required and it had to be built. So you have to show how it is economically viable and how the money is going to be recovered. So from day one you are saying 75,000 cars to 90,000 cars will go on that. Then you calculate that, okay, at 85 rupees per trip per car, I will make this much per day, this much per, that will finance my whole thing and the sea link. Never in the history of the sea link have more than 35,000 cars gone on it. They knew from day one that it would never be that much. But you have to show that to justify a project which is. So you keep on increasing the cost of the project and the one who keeps on increasing the cost of the project gets his kickback. One government or the other. Now let's take another example. When you made these metros between
Andheri and Versova. Ghatkopar, Versova.
Ghatkopar, Versova, you gave wrong numbers that so many people will come. Even today, those numbers which were shown on record while clearing it are not achieved. Now, when you spend money on these two white elephants which are from Andheri to Dahisar and Dahisar to Andheri again, those metro, one on the east and one on the west.
The yellow and the red line.
Yeah. They are making massive losses. Has anyone even thought about it?
But so isn't it then short-sightedness? What you're seeing, wouldn't it come under short-sightedness? Because the metros are not supposed to be only for now. If everything is connected,
I'm coming to that. I'm not against metro, but I'm against the false justification before doing. You say that this is going to happen, it may make losses initially. Give a proper condition. You cheat the people into believing that they will make profits for you when they are never meant to be. And whose money is going on those metro? Now, coming to the economics of metro.
So, but then, 1 second before you go, I'm just tempted to ask you one simple thing. That we always keep on blaming the government that it doesn't think, it doesn't have a vision. It doesn't think 20 years, 30 years, or 50 years. We always keep on saying, ki, look at the bridges that the Britishers built. It lasted for 100 years and nothing happened to them. Now, after 100 years, we have to dismantle them and build them or rebuild them again. And it takes us like 5 years, 6 hours to build that one single bridge. For example, the Lower Parel ROB, that was rail over bridge, that was dismantled and now it has been built. We talk about them having a vision of 100 years, and that lasted for the city for so long. And now, most of the examples that you cited were not even 20 years, to be honest. 2014, the first metro started running between Ghatkopar and Versova. 2009, the first Bandra-Worli Sea Link started. Isn't it too early to say that they lacked vision when it was being constructed?
No. They lacked vision because you cheated the people into believing false things. You can't tell me that this Bandra-Worli Sea Link is going to have 75,000 vehicles from day one, and you find that in 5 years not more than 25,000. You say that the plan is to go to up to 75,000. As of now, it will be 25,000. In the first 10 years, I will not make money, but this is essential for this city. So that is vision.
So your issue is that they lied, that the number that they could achieve after 40 years, they had just said it.
Because they wanted to do it to get that 35%, 40% commission from the contractor.
Okay.
That's why you lie and you take upfront money from the contractor and the taxpayer bleeds. Now coming to the economics of metro. The metro is 40 rupees from one end to the other. Okay. Now a family has 4 people, 2 children and 2 adults. So 40 into 4 is 161 way. At least 2 ways you have to use the metro. So 40 into 160 into 2 is 320 per day, multiplied by 30 days. So you spend 10,000 rupees on paying of metro tickets. Okay. Now, my statistics of Mumbai has 1 crore 20 lakh people, out of which the average income is between 25 and 30,000 rupees. Maximum 82% get between 15 and 20,000 rupees per month. My driver would never imagine getting more than 20,000 rupees per month. A taxi driver will never earn more than 35,000 rupees per month. An average clerk working in a private company cannot imagine getting 20 to 25,000 rupees a month. So, statistically saying, it is proved by statistics, I am saying this with all data at my command, that so the 80% of population cannot afford 10,000 rupees a month because he has to pay his house rent, he has to pay his electricity, he has to pay for food, he has to pay his children's education, he has to pay for clothing. He doesn't have 10,000 rupees. So for him, 200 rupees monthly pass for his children in the train is any time better, even if he has to change 2 trains or 3 trains, better than going to the metro because he cannot afford it. So when 7.5 million, 75 lakh people go in your regular trains, and last 3 months 120 people have died out of overcrowding, being thrown out, and they have come under the trains. Then if I had 1 lakh 80,000 crores for metro, I would first spend money to make life easy for 75,000, and then if I had balance, then I will think of vision of metro. Because it is these people who make Mumbai, who die on the streets, not you and me who can afford the metro. Because the discussion is always by us sitting in air-conditioned chambers who can afford the metro. So we defend the metro, we defend the coastal road, because all the media has to go to take interviews in their own cars. So it is the car owners, it is those of us who can afford vehicles are conspiring against the poor people who have no voice, and we destroy their lives. They have nothing. Ask my student, PhD student, did interviews in Dahisar, in Borivali, of middle class people. How many of you use metro? Now that metro is available for you, none of them, 93% said we don't. We went once, we checked it out. Sometimes when we have spare money as a family, we use it, but day to day we use the normal railway. So what was the solution? Not anybody, I approached the government of India. I went and met the then Prime Minister. Let's not take names, but I met the then Chief of Planning Commission. I gave a presentation. I said, metros, yes, but after you ease the life of these 75 lakh people. The Railway Board drew out a plan wherein the entire railway line, that is from Churchgate to Virar, from VT to Kalyan, VT to Karzat, and VT to Panvel, will be two-tier.
The double-decker formula you're talking about.
No, double-decker is the...
Not the train. I'm just saying that the two bridges.
One above the other. So your entire capacity of normal railway doubles.
Understood.
So if not anything, maybe people may still not have chance to sit, but at least they won't be thrown out. And then 50% of it could be air-conditioned for those who can afford. Slightly, still air-conditioned train travel is cheaper than the metro. Much cheaper. In metro, one person's travel for a whole month, whatever it takes, the air-conditioned travel pass costs 1/3 or less than 1/3. So then the air-conditioned travel, so we will ensure that no one dies out of the train. That was planned, that was approved.
No, sir. Before I go ahead, one simple thing. I stay in Kalyan. I take a AC train to come to this part of the city, which is almost 50 kilometers. And yes, the monthly pass is 2,000 something for an air conditioned, 2,250 rupees to be very precise, for an air conditioned train. The same for first class was some 1,300 or to 1,200 rupees. But metro, one flaw that I felt was metro or a train is not regularly taken by a family. They are taken by the person going to office on a daily basis.
No, the person who goes to work, the child who goes to college wants to go by metro. How can you deprive the child from going from metro? Tell me.
No one is depriving a child going to college.
Yeah, so they want to go.
If he wants to go, family on a regular basis doesn't travel.
Family means I'm not talking all traveling together. They are not pigeons who fly together. I calculated because the son goes to his college and comes back by metro. The daughter goes to her college or school and comes back by metro. The wife goes to her place of work and comes back by metro. And that's how I calculated.
Okay, understood.
I have churned out 300 PhDs in Bombay University and other places, good enough to understand these calculations.
Agreed.
And talk about it. But I talk with authority.
Absolutely.
I don't talk out of the hat.
There's a lot that we can talk about right now on this particular episode, which was the first part of 2 episodes. We spoke about several issues, and in the coming episode, we will continue talking on the issues that concern Mumbai and how. With Sir, we will be discussing on how things can be changed, including the buildings that are now collapsing and needs redevelopment. Thank you for watching us. Stay with us.